talking about that guy Alex Pereira, bro.
I got that.
Bro, first glory double champ. Defended the belt 4 times. Went up to light heavyweight. And not only did he finish the guy, but he knocked him out one hit a quitter, left hook. He's knocking people out in the middleweight division. That's why him and Adesanya makes the most sense. Like striking wise, it's gonna happen sooner or later because if Adesanya is to win Saturday, and let's say he fights Paulo Costa, you know they like for champions they'll bring other people from other organizations that finished them before. So they'll bring Pereira, and Pereira right now is you can say he's in his prime because you're in glory kickboxing, fighting the best strikers all across the world, and you're knocking them out cold, senseless, one hit quitters, flying knees.
You were the one that posted that shit with like Stylebender laying on the mat, and you and put
I'm coming for
and you
you.
or
Yeah, he put
or you tagged like Sean Shelby and you tagged Dana and you're like, yo, make this happen or some shit,
make
right?
this happen, make this
Yeah.
fight happen. Like, bro, those are two phenomenal strikers. A lot of people are like, oh, but how is he gonna make his transition? Like, there's a lot of hypocrites. How is he gonna make his transition? First of all, he has already been training on jiu-jitsu. His first loss in his debut was a loss to a submission, but he has 3 fights. The other two, he won by knockout. So, and then everybody, oh, but bro, you cannot say he cannot make that transition because Stylebender made that transition, and Stylebender is doing phenomenal. He's undefeated. So why can this guy not do a transition? He's actually accomplishing more in the organization that Stylebender used to be in, and he's accomplishing more, being the first double champ and defending the belt 4 times over. He's doing more things in glory than Stylebender has ever done.
Yeah.
So that fight will be good to
But
see.
he wants to fight MMA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to make. He has no problem with MMA. That's for sure. Think about it, bro. If you fight Stylebender, that's he's not getting paid glory money no more. He's gonna be getting paid UFC money. And I feel like he
Right.
deserves it, bro. That guy's knocking shit the fuck out. And people love striking. I don't understand how Glory is not famous because people love striking. If you like seeing people strike, this is what you see. But you don't normally see a guy knocking people out, and especially at middleweight and like heavyweight, knocking people out with one hit a quitter.
That
It's
shit was
crazy,
nasty.
bro. That's just, and he's
Like
six
went to
four. I
sleep
talked
and he
about
was
this,
just like,
and he's the height of Israel. That's the other thing I'm be telling people. He's 6'4". Not only is he huge for that weight class, but he's packing power with it.
yeah.
It's crazy. People gotta look into that guy. I'm telling you.
What does he weigh? He weighs 185.
Yeah, and he moves up to light heavyweight, and he eats like good. Doesn't worry about cutting weight like that. And to move up to light heavyweight,
Man,
he moved up weight to fight Abina in the Glory kickboxing, and bro knocked him out cold, left hook, similar to how he knocked out Israel Adesanya.
that's crazy when you go up weight and then you're still knocking shit out. Because usually people don't be having power when they go up.
No, but this guy, bro, and he has power in both hands. He has power in his knees. That guy's gonna be a huge problem, bro. I see him as a future champ. They think Israel is a problem now. This guy's think about Israel, but this guy has way more power, bro. It's like it's crazy because you normally see tall, skinny guys like Anderson Silva that be precise, but like and be like
Yeah.
murdering people. But this guy really has like Romero type of power and style bender length and style. Like he'll be a problem. That's for sure.
We'll see. Imagine if you force that shit. Like if you Dana's never noticed him before and he sees your post and he's like,
And
yo,
makes it
fuck
come
it.
to existence. Nah, that's
I'll be
shit. I
wrong.
hope so. I hope so. And like, bro, I don't even try to get nothing out of it. The only thing I like out of it is a good fight. That's what I try to make things happen. If I think this is a good fight, I'm gonna help in any type of way to insist that fight happening. Because
Yeah.
and then you cannot argue with me that fight would be good, especially with the highlights that I have put and stuff like before the rematch of him getting knocked out and there's a guy that's undefeated.
It's just two kickboxers, bro. This is wrong. Two kickboxers, like, and they ain't gonna break it up if like the shit goes to a clinch or anything. You feel me?
But yeah, it's two kickboxers. But I remember one kickboxer already knocked out another one that's undefeated in MMA. So it'll even make more. It'll attract more. But not only that, the kickboxer we're talking about, Alex Pereira, like I said, he's a 4-time middleweight champion.
Hmm.
Defended it 4 times and went up to weight. Went up weight and won the light heavyweight interim champ over there. So he's the first two division champ. Bro, he's gonna be a problem. That's for sure.
I'll be wrong. Hopefully that shit happens, bro.
I hope so,
He
because
he
I'm
is
hoping to
down though,
see that
because
fight
if
for
he
sure.
wouldn't have reposted your shit if he wasn't down to do it.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, and not only me reposting stuff, he has things on his page also that he wants that fight. He's telling like after his fights, he's putting pictures with Israel on the floor, saying that he's coming for him. So it's
Uh,
not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows like he knows damn well what he's
yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
He's got a
wants
little
that fight.
plan.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has a plan, and the way he's doing it is looking good right now. He's knocking people out, and making himself look good in a spectacular fashion. So I see that fight hopefully coming next year. That's a future fight I would love to see. Now that was a question that me and Clayton were talking about future champs in 2020, and we're having arguments about that. Well, not argument, debates, like seeing who we think in middleweight. But I think Alex Pereira, bro, and he's not even in the UFC yet.
man.
And that's
Future
a strong
champs
statement.
2020, Tony Ferguson, motherfucking Tony Ferguson,
Yeah,
bro.
that's I said. I said that also. Tony Ferguson.
Oh, what about this fight that nobody's talking about? Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. What do you think about that?
That fight is gonna be very interesting on the fact that
Cause that dude Volkanovski's a fucking
he's
that dude's
strong.
nasty.
He's strong. No,
He used to play
that's
rugby.
yeah. That's the thing
He
about the
played
featherweight.
professional. He played professional rugby.
So I don't think nobody had that like that power like of like brute force in the featherweight division. When you try to think about it, like who?
Nobody, bro.
Chad Mendes didn't had power like had the wrestling thing, but not that like brute power. But that's what scares me at the same time because brute power, but also skill from Dustin Poirier was a big problem and against Max Holloway
For
because
Max,
everything that landed, even though that he was landing a lot of volume, everything that landed was hurting Max. So we don't know how he'll do with a big, strong guy that just puts him against the fence and just starts hitting him hard. We don't know.
Max got crazy size on him though. Volkanovski's kind of like
Yeah,
short arms.
but sometimes them short, compact people are the ones that be wrestling the best.
Yeah,
Cormier, for instance.
that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very good fight. But
And then you
yeah,
got
Max is
Zabit
gonna have
coming
to
right
stay on the
behind them.
outside,
So
huh?
there's some. So then you got Zabit coming right behind them. So Max got some hard dudes next to defend the belt against. Zabit, Volkanovski, all those dudes are nasty.
Brian Ortega against Korean Zombie.
Dog. Both of them dudes got crazy heart. Crazy heart. So is it 5 rounder?
Yeah, I think it
Is a
should be a
main
main event.
event?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I
It should
really
be a
hope
main
that's a
event.
fight night main event. I hope that's a fight night main event because that shit'll be so disappointing if that shit's only 3 rounds. Because those dudes, dog, they'll go forever. They'll
Yeah,
go
but
forever.
I don't know. I feel like
I
striking
think Brian
wise,
Ortega. I think Brian Ortega gonna win that shit though.
submission.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, gotta be submission because on striking wise, and I don't know though because you gotta remember Korean Zombie's a vet. And he's one of the people that few people that caught and people in a twister, which is pretty hard to
Yeah,
catch somebody in a twister.
yeah. That's a hard ass move.
Yeah,
We'll see. But Brian Ortega's snatching necks from the stand up, bro. Like dudes will be standing up and he's snatching your neck. Like what the
yeah, like
fuck? Like getting
Cub
choked out.
Swanson.
Like yo,
Yeah.
just crazy shit, bro. Dude's nasty. Fucking. And then what do you think about the Stipe DC rematch?
I was talking with Clayton about this also. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Stipe figured out.
DC's official last fight.
Yeah, he says that. Everybody says their
Nah,
official last fight.
I think it's his last fight.
So if they bring up a John Jones fight right now, you don't
He
know
don't
if
want it.
Tim.
He don't want it, bro.
Everybody can say they don't want it until they see the money. When they see the money, then they want it. Forget about it. Forget, bro.
Bro.
And when he says he doesn't want it, every time they ask him that, look at the little pause he does. Because every time he always does the same shit. Oh, we like, well, nobody wants to see a fight again. Nobody wants to see that. Just to hear the fans say, of course we want to see that. And it's gonna be a money fight, no matter what, because there's an actual, not gonna say a hate, but a grudge behind that.
If he loses to Stipe, it's a wrap, bro. I don't think he gonna
I don't know.
go after that John Jones fight. Now if he wins, and he gets the belt again, then maybe. But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. We'll see.
And what
But
happens? What happens? You don't know what could happen tomorrow. What happens if John Jones loses the day of tomorrow? Then nobody's gonna want to see that fight after. And say John Jones has lost it. Let's put him against Cormier. You never know. So that fight, I'm telling you, this is
John
why I
Jones
love
ain't
mixed
losing
martial
though.
arts. This is what I love about mixed martial arts. You don't know what's gonna happen the day of tomorrow. Any fight could go
Um,
just change. The ranking could just rattle up the whole ranking. You don't know what could happen.
it's true. All it takes is one loss, and the whole fucking spectrum of shit changes. You feel
Yeah,
me?
depending
Like
who he lost to.
before the fight, you're like, yo, they're gonna put this guy versus this guy, and then the dude loses. Then you're like, damn, no, we gotta put him against this guy. Yeah,
Or yeah, the least thing you expect to happen, you have an up and coming coming. Oh, this guy's gonna go through this guy, and you out of nowhere a knockout or a submission or anything just blow the whole ranking out of like similar
Who-
to Pettis. Like Pettis is a perfect example. He jumped in the welterweight division against Thompson. Everybody thought, oh yeah, Thompson's gonna win that fight. Superman
dog, Masvidal,
punch. Masvidal's another one too.
bro. Before he fought
But
Till,
Masvidal worked
dog.
himself on the ranking because he fought
Nah, but look,
Cerrone.
before he fought Till, he was like coming off a couple losses. Before he fought Till, nobody was really thinking that in 2 fights he'll be fighting for a BMF title, talking about being a contender for the real belt. Like nobody would have thought that shit, bro.
No,
In 2 fights, boom, two crazy
be,
knockouts, he's right there.
because of the fashion. That's the thing. It was just
Yeah,
pretty much because you could fight, but if you finish the fights, you're gonna get the title. That's what MMA. I mean, the UFC has proven. Like, if you finish fights, you're gonna be way more closer than anybody else fighting for a title. Best examples of when anybody you see now, like if they're fighting for the title ASAP, is because they're finishing the
they knocking
fights
shit the fuck
ASAP.
out. Yeah,
That's why
yeah. Dana likes knockouts. The fans like
everybody likes
knockouts too.
knockouts.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why
But
you
I
see a
mean,
lot of more.
back to Stipe DC. Who you think wins that fight?
If it's striking, if it's just them striking again, something similar to the first and second fight, Stipe hands down. Stipe
Mhm.
already figured out. DC has
Well,
his
with the
arms are
body shots.
yeah, because his arms are short. Like I said, you got to pick up or down, up or down. What are you gonna defend, your head or your body? That's how he left himself exposed against John Jones. He went for a kick to the body. When he thought it was body again, he put his hands down. He got kicked in the head because he
I
can't
already
block
know
his
how.
head
I already know how he
and body
could.
simultaneously.
I
Huh?
already know how he can overcome that a little bit though.
How?
So
Wrestling's the
he
only way, I think.
well, let's say what he needs to do probably. What I think he should probably do is fucking get a takedown like in the first round, early in the first round, like boom, all right, boom, I could take you down, bro. All right, now that nigga got that in his head, so boom, now you could change your levels on him, make him think that the takedown's coming. So similar to like how Khabib did with Connor, you
Yeah,
feel
and
me?
Kevin
Then
Randall
you
makes a
catch him,
miracle.
boom, yeah. That's how I think he could beat that. But
That is no that I can see that actually happening because Stipe does stand straight up, but Stipe does. But one thing you underestimate is Stipe's head movement. Stipe be getting out a lot of punches if you think about it. Whether it's Nogano or Cormier, he be doing a lot of head
he's a
movement.
good boxer.
So I
He's a
don't know.
good boxer.
It can happen. Like he could tap his leg, fake the takedown. Exactly what you're saying. I can see that happening. So that I, I can see that happening. You're right. And also I see him wrestling, but yeah, striking, yeah, that I can see as a possibility. And but mostly I see Stipe just killing the body, and you got to be careful because
I think
going
Stipe
for
wins.
takedowns and faking takedowns, uppercuts too, overhand
uh,
uppercuts too. You know that's the other thing, the other side about it. Because you're
uh,
throwing an overhand and you're going for takedowns, that leaves you both for uppercuts, not knees because Stipe don't throw knees, but he is open for the uppercut.
nah, I mean I think Stipe wins, but I think these that could be something like that could be part of like him and his coaches could come up with that as a game plan and it might work. You feel me?
No, no, I see. No, I see it. I can see that happen 100%. There's so much things they have the weapons to finish each other.
Either way, dog, DC loses, bro. He's gonna go down as one of the best fighters of all time, bro. Like,
Of course,
dude's a goat, bro.
double champ,
Double
and
champ
he beat
in the
arguably
double
the
champ with the
best
big
heavyweight
boys. Double
on
champ with the
UFC
big
history.
boys, not no little dudes. Double champ with the big dogs. Like,
Hmm
bro, he's one of the best ever For real, for real.
No, yeah.
And
Go.
he's a good commentator. I like listening to him break down fights too.
But but he's a good commentator. But the thing is, like, I don't know if it's just me, but his commentating is great. But he just leans to the wrestling side of the commentating. Like
Of
his
course.
striking wise, he doesn't really. It's not really compared to like a Michael Bisping commentating when it comes to the striking, or a Dominic Cruz, or
Hmm.
even a Joe Rogan. To be honest, but DC's wrestling, yeah, is phenomenal. But yeah, and I like how they're mixing them up. Like when they put DC and John Anik together, that's like the best team I see. And then when you have like um, Michael Bisping against
Bro, the
this
worst is like when they do like Dominic Cruz and fucking like and like or like Paul Feld like Dominic Cruz and like Paul Felder together or some shit like that, bro. Like it's like too MMA. Like, yo, dog, relax. Like, cause you know
No, I understand where you're coming. That's
Dominic Cruz be going in. He be
no, yeah,
like,
yeah. Dominic Cruz brings it down to a science. That's why I like
dog,
John Anik.
crazy.
That's why I like
I
John Anik in
appreciate
the
it.
mix
I
of it.
appreciate the knowledge. Like I appreciate it, but sometimes it's like I like
He's
a little bit
lost.
more casual style, like Joe Rogan or like DC, you know?
Yeah. No, of course. That's why at the same time it's good when they experiment and do three commentators and have John Anik because they pretty much have a balance going on between
Yeah,
them.
John Anik kind of like blends the two worlds together a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. But shit.
But
And
yeah,
now,
dog.
what do you think about the Damian Maya against Ben Askren fight? That's a
That
fight
shit
that
gonna be
nobody's talking
that
about.
shit gonna be boring. I'm gonna watch it, but that shit
But
gonna
who
be
do you think is
boring.
gonna win?
Um, I haven't really thought about it too much, but I really thought about it too much because I'm not really that interested in it. Like,
I don't know. I forgot
dog,
him.
this
I
nigga,
like.
this dude Masvidal shut Ben Askren's whole hype train the fuck down, bro. But if I had to choose a dude, I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards the jujitsu side always. So
Oh,
I'm
of
gonna go with
course.
Maya, just because Ben Askren likes to hold people. That's all he does. He just likes to hold you in a, like one spot. You gonna hold Maya down like that? He's gonna settle into a position and then just find a way to grab a limb. That's what I feel like.
Yep.
Like,
And this is the people that argument that people make all the time. This is the old fashioned grappler, wrestler versus jujitsu guy, right?
hmm
But this is a thing that they don't understand about Ben Askren. When you say this is the grappler against the jiu-jitsu guy, against a person like Damian Maya, Ben Askren is not like the old school real grapplers, you can say, as in like for instance the Godfather of Ground and Pound, Mark Coleman, for instance. He will take
hmm
his opponents to the ground and he'll wrestle, but he's not gonna lay on your back. He's gonna beat the shit out of you. So it's like a Mark Coleman or a Tito Ortiz, like all that ground and pound. Ben Askren does not do that, so he's not actually like what he's gonna do, try to submit Damian Maya. So I feel like there's no possibility to have Damian Maya in danger. And for 5 rounds, Ben Askren is gonna be the one in danger
Ben
the whole
Askren,
time.
Ben Askren just tries to win off control. He don't try to finish you. He just tries to control you. That's it.
But how you gonna control a snake,
That's what I'm
a
saying.
fucking boa constrictor? That once he gets a grip of anything, it doesn't matter. He'll pull guard.
That's
Damian
what I'm
Maya will pull
saying.
guard. So what is your game plan going into this fight? And Damian Maya, all right, he's not the best striker in the world. Neither is Ben Askren. But you know what Damian Maya can say? He won 5 rounds with Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva beat him and whooped him. He tried to grapple him, but Anderson Silva even respected that ground. So I don't, and he actually survived the 5 rounds with Anderson Silva, which is it's hard to say that. And
He
Ben
beat
Askren,
Masvidal too.
hmm?
He beat Masvidal too.
Oh yeah, he beat Masvidal. Yeah, by decision,
And we
but
seen what
Masvidal
and
was
we
calm,
and we seen what
and
Masvidal
it was
did to
three
fucking
rounds.
Ben
Yeah,
Askren.
but that's the other thing I felt also. I felt like, and I always
If it
said,
was longer,
hmm?
he felt like if it was longer, Masvidal would have been able to beat him.
Yeah, that's how I always say that. I always feel like if Masvidal has 5 rounds, he'll figure out the fighter. But I feel like 3 minutes is never enough for him. That's why I was always saying when I called out the Nate Diaz a while ago, I was saying the same thing. It has to be a 5 round fight because both those fighters they start up slow and they come easy. Well, I can't say that about Masvidal no more. Neither Nate because he beat Pettis pretty fast. Too, he finished Pettis because he knew about how much time he had left. So that fight's gonna be interesting and see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, what is that shit on? It's just on a fight night. That Maya and Askren.
Yeah.
don't really
I'm
give a
gonna
fuck
watch it.
about that fight. I'm gonna watch it for sure, but
I'm gonna watch it. It's a grappling match, and especially like you're putting two phenomenal grapplers, and I
it's
feel
just
like it
dope
has.
because you're putting two dudes that are really good at what they do. You feel me?
Which both
Like,
are coincidentally grappling.
yeah,
But at the same time, we've seen this time again. Sometimes they cancel each other out. But I feel like if it goes to that aspect that they cancel each other out, Damian Maya has the upper hand.
with striking, you're saying?
Yeah, because remember, Damian Maya has more of a chin. Think about it. Damian Maya will fought a couple people, bro. And like I say, he has a chin. Like Anderson Silva is the most biggest opponent I think thus far
Mm-hmm.
that he faced. And look at Tyrone Woodley too.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. I mean Tyrone Woodley. I say Tyrone, my bad.
I'll go for Maya just because he's fought better dudes. Askren ain't really
I
fought
don't,
Masvidal.
I don't feel like he has proved
Barely.
himself. Like you can't prove it. You could say whatever record you have outside the UFC, but
He didn't even really
the
fight
UFC is where
Masvidal,
it
bro.
counts, baby.
He
Huh?
didn't even really fight Masvidal.
Uh,
He just took a knee
yeah.
to the grill and went to sleep. That sucks.
Yeah, that's
Bro, imagine if he gets caught like that again.
not
Imagine
by
if
who
Maya
Damian, man.
imagine if Maya just comes out, bah! Or like, remember when Doom came out to Travis Brown with that fucking Liu
John
Kang kick,
Carl
like,
Black Dan
bah!
kick, that Liu Kang shit.
Bro, imagine if he tries to do some shit like that. It'll be so
Bro,
real.
that
Bro,
was
that's
some
why I like
TikToks.
Doom, bro. Doom's always on some like he always tries like some crazy shit,
Yeah, he
especially
does
for
a good.
heavyweights. Like you never see heavyweights do crazy shit like that,
Bro,
bro.
remember before everybody started hating Kobe Covington, Verdum was already throwing boomerangs at his ass.
Yo, and Kobe called the cops, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, what are the good fights? Anything else?
Mm.
Gastelum Till?
We already talked about that shit before, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's such a hard fight to choose who's gonna win.
That fight's gonna be insane, bro. That
Oh,
fight,
what about Gagey versus Cowboy?
I think that fight already happened. And Gagey
That
knocked
fight
out
already happened? No.
Cowboy with the
Oh, he
overhand, right?
did with a fucking overhand, and the dude, yeah, and people said it was
He's talked about this before. Huh?
people said it was an early stoppage and shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he was beating the shit out of Cowboy, and he
You
got
could
mad
just
because the referee.
you could edit that out. Yeah, you could edit that out. My fault. I don't know why. I thought that fight hadn't passed yet. I totally forgot that they already fought.
But what's gonna happen to Cowboy
It,
now? What do you think,
it
bro?
was in the first round, right?
I think so. I can't
Damn.
recall.
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to Cowboy. Yo, I really swear that fight didn't
Him and
pass yet.
Kevin
That's
Lee
crazy.
fought.
Nah, Kevin Lee's about to fight Gregor Gillespie.
Oh yeah. So damn, who the fuck Cowboy?
That's a dog. That's a. You see how Kevin Lee he
Cowboy
tried
and
to fight at
Poirier?
170. You see how Kevin Lee tried to fight at 170.
Oh yeah.
Got fucked up, and they sent him back to
Yeah,
155.
he
He
got
came back
fucked
to
up. He got fucked
155.
up by Dos Anjos. Dos
Dos
Anjos fucked him
Anjos,
up.
Dos Anjos a
And Dos
beast.
Anjos was another old 155 or two, which he's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like they got to do that 165 belt once again.
He'll fuck shit up at 165.
A lot of people
Kevin
fuck.
Lee too.
And
Kevin Lee, like, he's one of those dudes that he don't really got a weight class. He's kind of stuck. At 155, he don't have all of his power, and then at 170 is a little bit too. The dudes are a little bit too big for him.
Yeah, you're right.
That sucks. There's some dudes
But
that are like that. You feel me?
there's some people. People look the same thing with Masvidal. Though Masvidal worked through it. Old 155. I don't know. We got to see what's up with. I think Don. What do you think with Don Cerrone and Poirier? What do you think of that? If they make that fight, man, I feel sorry for Cerrone. I don't think that's gonna
Nah,
happen. I don't know what's gonna happen with Cerrone. Cerrone just gotta
I don't know.
bring
I
young
mean, I just
guys.
don't know why Dustin would even take that fight.
So I know the fight makes sense. Cerrone against Barboza.
Barbosa just fought. I know
Paul
he just
Felder.
fought
Paul
Paul
Felder.
Felder.
Or Paul
Yeah,
Felder against Cerrone. We got to see where the
Felder
rankings,
too.
where they're in the rankings. You put Paul Felder against Cerrone so he could be, so he could elevate in the ranking.
Paul Felder beat Barboza, right?
Oh yeah, I caught that fight too.
Yeah, I remember.
That was
Yeah,
for the
bro.
Khabib fight. That was the co-main event in the Khabib against Poirier fight in Abu Dhabi.
What about? Oh, we talked about this too. Cub Swanson and Kron Gracie. Or what about this fight right here, bro?
Oh, hold on,
Uh,
one step at a time, bro. Because we can't just move on that Cub Swanson or Crown Gracie. Just 1,000 things went through my mind just off of that. We know that Crown Gracie jiu-jitsu, yes, Cub Swanson jiu-jitsu is good, but Crown Gracie, come on,
yeah,
man,
another
his
level.
jiu-jitsu's outside. But we haven't seen Crown Gracie fight no unorthodox, crazy striker in Cub Swanson.
And Cub got heart.
But Cub does get submitted. For instance, we were talking about earlier the Brian Ortega submission standing
Yeah,
up.
yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know why though. I feel like Cub is a little bit like not a little bit. I feel like he's like bigger than Crone. I feel like Crone's like kind of small for Cub. I don't know why,
Because
but
he's taller. That's probably why you feel like that. He's a lot more skinnier since he's taller. Distributes more weight. Because he was
Crone's
about
actually
like Alex
taller.
Caceres.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Crone's taller by 1 inch.
Yeah.
I don't know, and they got the same reach, so they're pretty evenly matched. We'll see. Crone's undefeated, 5-0. Cubs fought pretty much every fucking body, so that's gonna be crazy, bro. I think I would, if I had to pick, if I had to bet, had to bet. I think I would probably bet on Cub, bro, just because of experience. But Crone is nasty.
I just think Chrome the only way is the submissions. But again, this is MMA. You need more than one major thing because look, for instance, like how we're talking about the Damian Maya, he's good, but he's only good at that jiu-jitsu, very good. So when he did meet strikers or people with good takedown defense that weren't able to let him get a hold of him,
Hmm.
that played a major role.
What about Oh, what about so many crazy fights, bro? Dominic Reyes versus Chris
Wyman.
Weidman. Oh, that's a nice little scrap right there.
All right,
That fight, I'm gonna go with Weidman.
All right. I must tell you how I can see this fight so far play out. I haven't done no breakdown on this or nothing, but just because when I first seen the fight, this is the first thing that popped in my head. Wyman's gonna have to beat him, like hit him, put him against the fence, and wear him out. Just out wrestle him, put him against the fence, make this fight dirty, sweep his legs from up underneath him, get the double legs, put him against the fence, hit him,
Hmm.
change levels, hit him, change levels. That's how you're gonna win that fight. But if I see Dominic Reyes winning the fight, is that he's gonna catch Wyman changing levels with the uppercut. That's the thing with these wrestlers, bro. They gotta come. So Wyman can't go directly straight on with them. I feel like, but again, I said he got to change levels and do that, but he leaves himself sustainable to that uppercut from Dominic Reyes, which does pack a lot of power.
Weidman got some kicks. He could chop his legs down.
Yeah, too. And kill the cardio and movement. Pretty much, I feel like he got to put a pace on the younger Dominic Reyes to win this fight.
Dominic Reyes kind of gassed out in his last fight. He was fighting Volkov, or
Volkov. Oh,
Volkov.
Volkanovski, correct. My bad.
No. Volkanovski is in featherweight.
Oh, Volkov
Um,
then. Yeah, Volkov. Um,
yeah, and he,
No time.
yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
And I thought No Time won. I thought they robbed him.
me too.
They gave it to Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes kind of looked like he gassed out.
But at the
So
same time,
now he's the main event. It's not 3 rounds. Now it's 5 rounds.
that fight's 5 rounds. Oh,
Hmm.
that's it. Yeah. Again, if Wyman got to start off slow and work himself up. He can't just go crazy off rip because then he's gonna be able to recognize that and like I said, counter him with the uppercut. But he's gonna
Dominic
have to
Reyes
make.
got power too. He could put him to sleep. And I've seen Weidman put this fuck to sleep before.
But remember that was a middleweight,
Yeah, that's true. This is light heavyweight. That's true.
and I feel like that's
Still,
another
dog,
thing.
niggas are
Dominic
even hitting
Reyes,
harder.
huh?
I said, but still, dog, people are probably hitting harder in light heavy, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I gotta see how Wyman moves in that light heavyweight division.
Greg Hardy fights on that card too, but he's fighting a scrub.
Shit.
Greg Hardy, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about Greg Hardy still, because he
They
hasn't
just
really fought
they
nobody.
yeah they're
They're
just
just building him up.
yeah they're building him up. But is what it is.
Dog, they put that Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie. They put that fight on the Masvidal card. That's crazy. That card is so stacked. It's not even funny, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know. Let's see people start making weight because that's the main thing that I'm worried about.
Bro, Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie are fighting. Then Andre Arlovsky's fighting.
Charlie
Then you
Walker,
got
Corey Anderson,
Wonder Boy versus Vicente Luque.
Vicente Luque.
Gastelum and Till.
Yeah, that's a co-main.
Derek Lewis.
Oh yeah, I
fighting on
guess
that fight.
Yvonne. Yeah.
Bro. Bro, by the time you get to the main event, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. That card's stacked.
Dog. That is a card, like, if you never bought a pay-per-view ever, like, if you always like, yo, fuck that, I don't want to spend $60. I'd rather go stream this shit or some shit like that. Like,
Nah,
if
you
you're
don't want to
ever,
miss a second.
if you're,
You don't want that shit
yo,
to freeze.
if you're
Not even once.
ever, dog, if you're ever gonna buy a fucking pay-per-view, this is the fucking card that you buy, dog, because from top to bottom, every single fight is bangers.
Yeah,
Fire, fire,
UFC
fire, fire, fire,
244. Let
fire,
people
fire,
know that
fire,
shit.
fire, super fire, bro. Like, from top to bottom, bangers. Like, bro, Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie just got added to this, and the shit was already stacked. Like, that's crazy. Like, I can't
Yeah.
believe they added that shit.
No, there's gonna be a lot of eyes here. There's gonna be a lot of eyes, and not only that, those people are gonna perform as hard as possible. They know that. Well, there's some people that actually it could benefit them, or it could actually fuck up the game plan because they get more nervous or something. I don't feel like Masvidal is gonna get down like that for Masvidal. I was thinking about that before, like all the pressure, but I feel like this is time.
Have you done a breakdown for Masvidal versus Nate yet?
Yeah,
Or
I talked about Masvidal's game plan. How I see him winning.
how you see Masvidal winning if he wins, and how you see Nate winning if he wins?
If all right, first of all, let me say Nate first. Nate, if I see Nate winning, is gonna be based on his endurance and coming forward, something similar to how he won Pettis, right? But not finishing, not finishing, but just 5 rounds like that. Okay, that's if I see Nate winning. Now, the reason I see Masvidal winning is because I got more reasons for Masvidal. Masvidal, first of all, the leg kicks. The leg kicks is gonna be a problem because again, like we said this multiple times, Nate Diaz puts a lot of weight in his fight.
Hold on. Go back to Nate real quick. You said you see him winning by what? Coming forward?
Yeah, decision is gonna be decision, but fighting how he fought Pettis, coming forward and being relentless.
Okay.
Not in no
All right.
boxing, not in no boxing stance. I'm talking about the dirty box clinch against the fence, like how
Gotcha.
he
All
fought
right.
McGregor also when he was there. But Masvidal,
Now Masvidal chopping legs. All right.
all right, I see Masvidal chopping his legs, and the jabs and the straights and the combinations. Like his boxing is way more crispier, way more precise, and his hands are way more faster. And another thing, that's a couple weaknesses. Another thing too, what you gotta understand is people say, "Oh, but Nate Diaz is bigger." Darren Till is way more bigger, and Darren Till is also a southpaw, and he was having a problem to get into Darren Till's range. So what did he do? George Masvidal changed the southpaw, and then he got him with the overhand left and knocked him the fuck out. So he
Yeah.
figures out shit, and then with the American top team behind him, they'll figure out a game plan. And like I said, also he could kill the leg when he's worried about that leg. Nate Diaz, and he goes to block the leg. He could just switch it up, get him with a head kick because Nate Diaz has one knockout loss only, and it was by a head kick by Josh Thompson. Because
What
he was
about
hitting the legs and he switched it up, fake low and went high. So that's why I see Masvidal winning because there's so much scenarios I see him winning. Nate Diaz is just a couple.
what
And
about the
Masvidal has more
cardio?
weapons.
What about the cardio?
No, Masvidal has cardio.
Because already know Nate's a cardio machine.
Yeah. But I feel like Masvidal has a cardio. Masvidal been training his whole life. I feel like there's already those people like those type of people, bro, that been training their whole life that they were like raised in that shit, like bred for that shit, bro. Like cardio and
Game bread.
Masvidal never missed weight before.
That's because I don't even think he cuts weight.
He never tapped. No, but before when he was fighting 155, nigga, it was a problem. He never tapped before. and he been knocked out one time, which the knockout was a quick drop, like a flash knockdown. The same thing with Nate. But Nate Diaz got hurt pretty bad. There was a head kick directly to the head. But both of them are people that hardly get finished. That's why this fight gonna probably be 5 rounds. And if not, like I said, Masvidal is gonna mix it up. He has too much weapons to offer on the table.
What about like the mind games? You think any of them are even gonna try to fucking get in each other's head, or you think they're just gonna?
No. There's gonna be during the fight.
No, I'm talking about before the fight.
No, I don't think there's gonna be more mind games. Reason being, I'll tell you right now, there's no mind games because I was thinking about like, damn, is this fucking with Nate? Is this fucking with Nate?
I feel like Masvidal saying that, because you know Masvidal saying like I might not even show up to the press conference type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's trying to like fuck with Nate a little bit by saying shit like that.
All right, but now let me say this about Nate. I feel like whatever passes Nate's like, in his way or whatever the case may be, I don't think it's not gonna be nothing compared against McGregor. McGregor was talking a lot more shit. McGregor was talking a
Bro,
lot more
McGregor
shit.
wouldn't shut the fuck
And he
up.
was doing a lot more press conference and everything. He didn't get in McGregor, and McGregor never got in his head, not even once, bro. And he whooped his ass. So that's why. And I feel like everybody said, like, bro, they respect each other. We know what's gonna go on. We're here to see a fight. So you don't gotta talk shit or be bumping 1,000, nigga. You feel me?
Bro, McGregor press conferences are hilarious because she doesn't shut the fuck up. He just keeps talking shit.
And people like people talking shit. Apparently, I like seeing the. I'm not one of the fans that
No,
I like
when McGregor talks shit. I don't like seeing dudes that are not good at it talk shit. You feel me? Like Ben Askren is corny. You feel me? Like
me personally, I'm not up for the shit talking. Like if it's like a friendly shit talking, like bruh, like I'm not even up for no like friendly shit talking, friendly ticks, but fighting ain't nothing friendly
chill,
about that
bro.
shit.
McGregor got some legend.
McGregor got some
legendary press conferences. Shit's hilarious. Fucking, but there's only one McGregor, dog. Like people be trying to do the same shit. It ain't. You feel me?
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not really worried about press conferences. I like seeing motherfuckers go down, beat the dog shit out of each other. Ain't gotta be no
I like that too.
I just like seeing. They don't need to have a backstory for
the backstory
them to fight
helps,
each other.
bro.
Highlight
it makes
video,
a fight.
bro. Yeah, highlights video.
The backstory makes the fight like.
Yeah, I guess for some people, a lot of people will agree with you, but me personally, fuck your backstory. Let me see your resume and who you fought with and how you finished them. Let me see both your highlights, like off of Nate Diaz highlights and the people he fought, Masvidal's highlights and the people he fought, and just put and you'd be like, now this fight's gonna be gangster as fuck. And they didn't even say not one word to each other. All you did was just see their highlights and be like, these motherfuckers are serious. And as of shit talking, not before the fight, during the fight, I feel like Masvidal is gonna blow a lot of kisses, and you're gonna see Nate doing a lot of smiling and pointing and shit. There's gonna be a lot of.
Do you think?
A lot of gestures during that fight for sure.
Do you think Masvidal's gonna get slapped?
Nah. Nate's gonna go for it though because Nate doesn't only do it on disrespectful, but when you see the fight of him when he was younger.
Nah, I think he be doing that shit. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, he did slap. I think it's just a habit, honestly.
They used to fight like that back in the day. Like I think like a like Pancrase, they used to fight like with palm strikes and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised. Uh-huh. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: if he does slap Masvidal, I wouldn't be surprised. If Masvidal slaps him back. Mark my words.
That's true.
Mark my words. If he slaps Nate Diaz and everybody going, and he notices that Masvidal, bruh, he from Dade County.
I like how Masvidal be throwing the kisses though.
Yeah, like, bruh, he from Miami, bruh. I'm telling you, if Masvidal gets slapped, he gonna slap fool right back. I'm telling you. All right.
What do you think he's gonna walk out to? The Scarface shit?
Oh, hey, he always comes out with Scarface. But
this is a different type of fight, dog.
This is what I'm telling you though. He talked about this before. He said he's gonna come out to this fight strapped up to the T. When I hear that, I feel like he's gonna come out like a WWF match with guns and crazy shit. Something crazy off the wall for this performance and this fight that's happening in November.
That's what I'm saying.
November 2nd, for sure. For sure. I feel, mark my words, something's gonna happen in that entrance. They're gonna have a big entrance to that fight.
It should come out to like some like
The Rock's giving a belt. They're gonna do something.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, I heard Tupac's gonna perform live for Nate.
Dog, Trick Daddy should perform for fucking Masvidal. That'd
Yeah,
be
but Trick,
hilarious.
I think they ain't gonna put no Trick in that shit though. They ain't gonna play with
Anybody
that
want
shit.
to
I hope.
motherfucking die?
Yeah,
Come
shit.
see who me
Man,
T.
fuck the other side.
Dog,
Put that shit on. That's what Kimberly used to
dog.
come on to. But no, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably Ross. Ross will probably come out. That shit. You never know, bro. They better come out, bro. They better rep Dave. But shit, that's a fight. Can't wait for
You should come out to that pit bull, that old school pit bull, bro.
a
That
305 till I
did
die.
damn it, man, or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah, the
a
305
305
anthem.
anthem. Shit.
That'd be too raw. But nah, I don't know. I want to see. I'm interested to see if Nate's gonna be able to slap him.
If he
He
does, he's
slaps
gonna get slapped
everybody.
back. Huh? I'm telling you, bro. You think again. Or you gonna get
Yeah,
beefed up, something crazy gonna
yeah,
happen.
but you get slapped and then you try to slap him back, and then like now you're not fighting with your game plan. Now you're trying to do something else. You feel me?
Nah,
So
yeah, I understand. But he's still gonna get slapped back. He's faster. I'm telling you, Masvidal's hands are way more
like
faster than
bah
him.
bah.
I'm telling you, Masvidal. The thing is, Nate is his timing, and then he comes low. And sometimes, like I said in my breakdown before, they both like to like distract with the leading leg, like on a Muay Thai shit, like lift up their knee and then come down hard with it and hit you with a jab. But like I said, Masvidal is gonna be way too fast to come in that in his range. Like just and Masvidal bounces, so he's gonna be in and out, in and out, in and out, leg kick, in and out, in and out. He's gonna have to circle a lot off of the cage because Nate's just gonna come forward and just pop, 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 eat shots just to be able to pin you against the fence and be able to pound your face in. But if it's like a pride thing and they try to strike each other, Masvidal's gonna outstrike him for sure.
What happens when they go to the ground? If it goes to the ground.
Masvidal would defend himself. And then people are like, oh, you're just leaning on Masvidal. Again, we just talked about this. Masvidal defended himself 3 rounds against Damian Maia.
Yeah, very true.
He said he
Very
defended
fucking
himself. Whether
true.
he lost against Damian Maia couldn't submit him. And this is 5 rounds. So this is more than enough time. So I feel like if Damian Maia couldn't submit him, I don't think Nate's going to be able to submit him. Let alone take him
Very,
down. First of all, you got to take him
very
down.
good point.
Mm-hmm. But
What
let's see
about when they're in the clinch up against the cage?
again, Nate Diaz is probably gonna be pounding him in his face, like blah blah, doing that shit. And what Masvidal's gonna have to do, circle out, and be careful when he had his back against the face, against the cage one time. Masvidal, he fought some guy. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Ferreira. He used to be a middleweight, and the guy cut weight to welterweight. Fought Masvidal, pinned Masvidal against the fence, similar to a fashion like that in the Muay Thai clinch. Masvidal, with his back against the fence, knocked him out with a knee. I mean, with an elbow directly to the face and knocked him out in the welterweight division. So that's what I'm saying. There's too much options right now of seeing Masvidal. Too much ways of me seeing Masvidal winning rather than seeing Nate Diaz winning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Masvidal, bro. Dave County shit all day. But I love Nate too.
No, of
I
course,
love
bro.
I love Nate. Dog, Nate's my dog. Like
He's a
it's
goat, whether
bro.
title or no title. That guy's a
It's such
goat.
a fucking awesome fight. Such a good fight, bro. Like
Two
I'm so
vets.
glad. I just hope nobody gets injured, nobody misses weight. I still feel like even if people
They're
miss
not.
weight and get injured, they still gonna be like, yo, fuck it, let's still
You know
scrap. Like,
why? Because
cause
they're
they're
real
goons.
niggas.
Yeah, goons,
And
bro.
and not only that, like I said, I feel like this fight happened because when Nick Diaz was looking for the fight, nobody wanted to fight Nick Diaz. The only person wanted to fight Nick Diaz was Jorge Masvidal that offered that fight. So I feel like real recognized real Nick Diaz is like, you know what, I'm gonna holler at Masvidal, and Masvidal is doing his thing also. It's only right. You feel me? Real niggas do real things.
What I like about this shit is like both of them. They don't really see that. Like you know how some dudes they're like athletes and they just see like, yes, this is athletic competition. Let's see who the better man is. Like nah, like these dudes like they really just trying to bump. Like
Yeah,
yo,
no, it's a
like
dog fight.
yeah, bro. Like you feel me? Like dog.
That
So
just gets me hyped thinking about it.
I know. I can't wait. I
And
can't
see,
wait.
and they didn't say not one word negative about each other, and we're still hyped.
Dog,
It's
and
more than just about shit talking, bro.
nobody is fucking talking about Colby and Usman, bro. Nobody, bro. We haven't even brought them up this whole time. Like they're fucking. Nobody's even talking about that.
It's gonna be a
Like,
good fight because that one got the background story, but again, see, background stories does not matter if the highlights, baby. The highlights don't mean shit. You need the highlights. If you ain't got the highlights, you ain't got the sauce. Quoting
So
Blizzy
let me ask
Castro.
you this. Let me ask you this. Masvidal beats Nate. Colby beats Usman and gets the belt.
Oh, you already know. You're
That's it.
saying it. So what are you setting me up for? What's the question? It looks like you already know the answer.
I'm just saying. You think that's what's next?
I think that's what should be next. Yes, unless
And what about
McGregor
Leon
against
Edwards?
Masvidal. Huh?
Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards is still ranked in the back. Leon Edwards is listen.
No,
We gotta
he's
understand.
he's gonna be next after Masvidal for a title shot.
All right, you can say that, but what you gotta understand is this though. First of all, you don't know. First of all, if he's gonna get a title shot because Vicente Lucas, you gotta see how if he finishes Wonderboy. Remember, Leon Edwards is doing good, but he's the only ranked person he has fought. Well, he has fought Usman, lost to him. Like he lost to Rafael dos Anjos. I mean, he won Rafael dos Anjos, but the Rafael dos Anjos, I feel like he was already on the way out the door. To be honest, from the welterweight division at least. You feel me? So, like, I feel like he needs more competition. Now they're like, oh, but Masvidal had two losses and he won two, so he's 50-50. But those 50-50, first of all, one was in 5 seconds, another one was another guy never been finished before. So of course your
Undefeated.
stock goes up.
Undefeated.
I mean, not knocked out. Never been knocked out before. He got submitted in the dark stroke by Tyron Woodley, but he never got knocked out.
No. Well,
Till
Ben Askren was undefeated,
oh
and then
yeah,
Till
Ben
never
Askren
been
was
knocked out.
yeah. Yeah, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's what he got on the resume. Who do you got, Leon Edwards? Like you're good and shit. I'm not taking that because he did beat Rafael dos Anjos good, but it's like, bro, you still got people ahead of you that like Ponzinibbio is another animal. I would love to see fight Leon Edwards. We still gotta wait on the Vicente Luque and the Stephen Wonderboy Thompson to see where they're ranked right now. But
Yeah.
but we'll see what happens with that shit.
You don't think they're gonna try to set up that three-piece in a soda match?
No, it's gonna get to that sooner or later. But I feel like, bro, Masvidal wants to
If
win. Right?
Masvidal loses against Nate, let's say he loses against Nate, does he still get a title shot, or you think he has to fight Leon Edwards to
Nah,
beat Leon Edwards to get the title shot?
then that make more sense fighting Leon Edwards. For me personally, I think then that make more sense for him. But
Yeah,
if he
they can't
wins,
give him a title shot off of a loss. That's too crazy.
yeah, if he wins though, like I feel like it's gonna play out. Then he has more options. He has Kobe, and then you don't know about the McGregor shit still. Remember that's still up for grabs. You don't know how they're thinking right now.
Yeah.
Depending on the fashion that he beats Nate Diaz, because
It's so funny how no matter what name you bring up, you can always add McGregor to the mix, and you're like, damn, that nigga could just hop in at
yeah,
any
because he
time and see
tweets
what's up.
about everything. Every time somebody talks about something, he tweets
And
out.
he's the money fight.
No, of course, it's a money fight.
He's the money fight. So
But right now,
they'll
everybody
fucking.
everybody is making their own money fights right now as we speak. Look at the BMF belt is a money fight also because similar to the Mayweather against McGregor fight, they're making their own title for this.
I think right now McGregor has the three top selling events in UFC history. It was Khabib McGregor, and then Nate Diaz two. I think is in second place. Like Conor and Nate
But
Diaz
the
two.
one UFC and the other one was Brock Lesnar. I
And then
think
I
it was
think number three is
100.
Brock Lesnar, and
UFC
yeah.
100. And then four is
So
Nate
do,
Diaz one probably and McGregor or some shit.
do you
McGregor and
think?
Aldo.
Do you think? I think McGregor Aldo. Do you think BMF is gonna get into that number three spot, take over the Brock Lesnar, or what?
Yeah, most definitely. I think personally. Yeah.
The
I,
card is
I,
stacked as shit. I
I
think
think
that's what
this
they're trying to do.
this is nothing right now. Wait till they start doing more advertising. Once it gets to that, right now people know about this fight, but don't really know about this fight. Once it gets to the advertising, a couple weeks, we're in October already. So wait till like around the end of this week and probably by next week, the advertising gonna start coming off at UFC 244, and everybody. I think it's gonna be a big, huge card. And then the interesting thing is they're having the Canelo fight the same day, which Dana White called out the boxing saying, "Y'all want to do this at the same time, y'all gonna lose." Unless it plays out lucky for them, and it plays out the same way with the Justin Gaethje and Cowboy Cerrone fight that they were able to play the Tyson Fury fight right after that because the card ended it a little bit earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I already know what I'm gonna watch that night. I ain't watching no boxing, bro. I'm
Uh,
gonna be watching motherfucking
oh.
some real deal.
Nah, I watch boxing, but there's very few. It ain't like it used to be.
Nah, I like boxing, but that night I'm not watching no boxing, bro. I'm gonna be watching motherfucking MMA.
Yeah, so much shit to offer.